Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So what is going on with Bitcoin? Right? We know there's economic uncertainty. What is the Fed going to do tomorrow? We got a big inflation reading and we have a FOMC meeting. So how is Bitcoin going to react? It did test some key supports today. But let's talk about all these things and more. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Well, Bitcoin, like I said this morning, it's not time to panic. It's holding at 67,000. Yes, it's lower than our 70,000, 71,000. But like I said this morning, when in doubt, zoom out. A lot of people get really fearful when Bitcoin dips down a little bit. But you can see that, hey, if you zoom out, we've had a lot of these dips. We have seen this level before, many times within the last 3 months. So it's definitely not time for panic. Okay, so when in doubt, zoom out, remember that. And it's a great time to DCA. However, what is going to happen tomorrow? Okay, there are a couple things happening tomorrow that are absolutely enormous. First off, we will get a CPI reading. That will come really early in the morning. So when I do my live streams, we'll get the official number. All the banks, everyone out there is basically expecting a 3.4% reading, okay, for May. Now, here's the thing. If we get a reading that's lower, meaning inflation actually went down instead of upwards, let's say we get a 3.3 or a surprising 3.2. That will send markets soaring. The reason why is because, hey, if inflation's coming down, that gives a green flag to Powell to cut rates. That is what everyone's looking for. Now, the opposite is true. If tomorrow we do get a reading that is higher, 3.5, 3.6, a surprise jump to 3.7. Tomorrow, we will see one of the greatest crashes that we have seen for a very long time. Because that means Powell can't possibly be cutting rates anytime soon if inflation is skyrocketing, right? So tomorrow morning, we are going to see some massive movement. Well, unless maybe we don't. Maybe we just see 3.4%. And when they have no movement, right? But if we see anything below 3.4, that will be absolutely fantastic. If we see anything above 3.4, that would absolutely be disastrous. Okay. So that is what to look forward to in the morning. And of course, in the afternoon, that is when the FOMC meeting is concluded. We will get a press release. And then Fed Chair Powell is going to have a press conference. Okay, now, this has been updated. There's a 2% chance that there will be a rate cut tomorrow, according to analysts. A 98% chance there is not going to be a rate cut. But who knows? Maybe Powell's under a lot of pressure to do something. And especially if the CPI number comes out tomorrow, and he has a hint of what it's going to say, because quite frankly, it could be artificial. Let's say tomorrow comes in at like 3.2%. Some surprising number that shows inflation has gone down dramatically. Well, then that gives them the green flag to go ahead and say, yeah, you know, we will be cutting. Maybe not this month, but we're looking to cut next month. Something like that. Something very positive, and the markets will soar tomorrow. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But of course, we have to prepare for the opposite. Maybe that doesn't happen, right? Maybe he's like, well, I can't talk about rate cuts right now. Inflation is still too high, and blah, blah, blah. You know, what he usually says, then, you know, it may not be a good day. And normally speaking, based on history, usually after FOMC meeting that day, the markets tank. No matter what he says. Usually the day of afterwards, you see the markets tank, but then the good news is the day afterwards, that's when you see a rally. So we may very well see that tomorrow. Okay, just be prepared for that. I remember every single time he speaks, after a FOMC press conference, the market tanks, and the day afterwards, which happens to be Thursday, it starts going up, right? So I guess tomorrow's the big day. A lot of you guys are not in the US. I realize that. And you might be wondering, well, Bitcoin's a global thing. Why do we care about what's going on in the US? Well, you know what? US does lead the way when it comes to Wall Street, when it comes to buying and selling. Most of the volume for Bitcoin is in North America because of Wall Street now, because of the institutions. You know what's that saying? I forgot what the saying. It's like the U.S. sneezes, the world catches a cold, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. You know, but that's the point. Okay, so that's why whatever happens in the U.S. basically, you know, especially financially, our financial markets are just like, you know, everyone else follows, right? And that's not actually a good thing because the U.S. makes a lot of mistakes, and we do have a lot of inflation, and we have monetary policy that doesn't quite make sense. So I'm not saying that's actually a good thing, but, you know, that's just how it works. So tomorrow will be an absolutely huge, enormous day for all markets, not just Bitcoin. Okay, even stock market is going to hinder on the inflation report and what Powell says in terms of what he's going to do. Is there going to be a rate cut soon or tomorrow or months afterwards? We don't know, right? But we do have senators like Elizabeth Warren that is demanding Powell to cut rates, okay? I don't know if he's paying attention, but there are people that are demanding it, right? Like, you better cut rates because banks are struggling, businesses are struggling, people are struggling. We need lower rates. Maybe that adds some pressure, right? Maybe that adds some pressure. All right, what else is there? Well, today was not a good day for ETFs. Actually, one of the biggest outflows we have seen in quite some time. Grayscale had a minus 121 million outflow. Grayscale just continues to get weaker and weaker, and all that Bitcoin just flows straight into BlackRock. Still don't know why. Grayscale still has the most massive outflows even today, even after selling more than half the Bitcoin that they hold. The exodus out of Grayscale is still massive. I don't understand it. I haven't heard a good explanation yet. But ARK also had a massive outflow, minus 56 million. And some of the others had outflows, but not BlackRock. BlackRock had zeros, but overall right now it looks like it's a minus $200 million day. Not so good. And again, not unexpected considering leading up to a FOMC meeting, we usually see this. We usually see volatility. We see markets being spooked because people are trying to anticipate what to expect. People are guessing, you know, what Powell's going to do. Every single time we have FOMC meeting, that's what happens, right? So this actually isn't all that surprising, right? All right, outside of this, what else is there? Miners. It does seem like some miners are selling. So some people may be wondering, well, you know, if the ETFs are buying so much, why is Bitcoin's price not moving, right? It could be the miners are selling. It looks like there are a great number of Bitcoin being transferred to the OTC brokers because some of the miners are looking to sell. And it does make sense that the miners do want to sell because it is much more difficult for them to make a profit right now. After the halving event, I think people don't realize it is now twice as difficult to make the same amount as before because now you get rewarded with half the amount of Bitcoin you used to. So a lot of these miners are looking to expand, right? They can't stay the same. The hash rate continues to go up. The difficulty continues to go up. So they need to expand. They need to buy more land. They need to up their supply, the miners and cooling and everything else that they need, maybe more personnel, whatever they need, right? They need money for that. So some of them may be selling because of that, right? So this is what it's showing. A lot of it has been moved to the OTC market. Marathon Digital also sold about like 1,000 Bitcoin yesterday, right? Again, to try to cover costs, right? So short term, that may be what's happening, right? But look at long term though. Look at long term. Even though, yeah, this last month, you could see like a slight dip, but look at what's been happening long term since 2021. The holdings been going up. In fact, it has tripled or almost quadrupled from 4K to 16K, right? So even though there may be periods of short-term selling, overall, all the miners are still holding. They continue to hold on more and more and more and more over time. Again, removing Bitcoin out of the circulation, just like the ETFs are, right? The miners are doing the same thing. That's why, over time, you see Bitcoin, the reserves on exchanges, continue to drop lower and lower and lower from 3-point-something million in 2020 and now almost below 2 million now, 4 years later, right? There's a reason for that because long-term holders are buying and then miners are adding more to their balance. We got public traded companies now adding like MicroStrategy. Now ETFs are adding, right? Ultimately, Bitcoin is going to continue higher because there's more demand than supply. That's what it comes down to. And short-term volatility means nothing. Well, it does. I shouldn't say nothing. Some people do care. Some people, they don't understand. They don't have a lot of money. I get that. But if you're going to truly make money, build wealth, life-changing wealth with Bitcoin and crypto, you need to think long-term. You need to think years out, not weeks out, not months out, years out. And years out is not that long. And it's the fastest moving asset on the planet. Annualized return of 144% per year. So if you have to wait a year, if you have to wait 2 years, so what? But here's the thing. We don't have to wait that long. We're already past the halving event. Okay? We're in the parabolic bull cycle already. There's only a year and a half before the end of the cycle. We don't have to wait years. We're already in it. All you have to do is stay strong and hodl. That's all you need to do. Because the bounce is coming. The next leg is coming. And when it comes, it's going to be ferocious. And you're not going to expect it. It could come suddenly. Okay, so if you're looking at a chart, a Bitcoin bounce is definitely in the works because we are extremely oversold short term. Okay, but long term, we're looking good. Here's one from TechDev that shows this compression, the cycle of compression. And again, versus the 2017 cycle, this is where we are ready to bounce. We're like right there. This cycle mimics the 2017 cycle in so many ways. Just like this. Look at, again, 2017 versus 2024. We are doing almost exactly the same thing, forming the same patterns and getting ready for the next leg up. So all you have to do is stay strong, stay focused, continue to hold on DCA, and let the gains come to you. That's it. But tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a massive day. All right, outside of Bitcoin, what else is there? A couple other projects that have interesting things. For example, Stacks. A lot of you guys know of Stacks, L2 layer for Bitcoin, programmable language on top of Bitcoin, and they have done really, really well ever since Bitcoin started rising in September of 2023, right? And now they have this like grant program, so anyone that is going to be programmed on top of Stacks, they can actually try to win a prize pool of 10,000 stacks. You can submit, and again, it's a grant program, right? That's great. A lot of dApps are building on top of Bitcoin, and most of them are using Stacks. But that's not all. Stacks also partnered up with this other institutional service, Haruku. Okay, and they're going to hopefully bring institutional people into Bitcoin, right? Utilizing Stacks. So that's pretty good. And also Stacks itself, the TVL of Stacks is quite high and continues to grow. So Stacks is definitely one that you want to pay attention to, especially if you're a Bitcoin lover. right? Bitcoin has a lot of things going on. Not only is it a medium exchange, a store of value, but now it's a programmable layer too. And we have seen many innovations, a lot of dApps and a lot of tokens and runes and NFTs all being built on Bitcoin, right? So it's going to be quite interesting. Also, speaking of grants, Polygon unveils $1 billion grant over the next 10 years. I think that's a little far out. 10 years. I'm not even sure Polygon is going to be around in 10 years, to be quite honest, okay? But $1 billion grant to foster blockchain development over the next year. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. And also, here we go. Largest bank in Brazil opens cryptocurrency trading to all users. That is absolutely fantastic. Brazil and many countries in Latin America and South America are suffering inflation, hyperinflation, economic turmoil, economic uncertainty. And the best way to fight it is by buying Bitcoin and crypto, just like in the US, right? So the more people that are exposed to it, the better it is. And lastly, a lot of people are very hyped up about this ASI token, this merger between Fetch, Ocean, and Singularity. Well, that is being delayed for a month. So it's supposed to be like this week, but now it's being delayed a month. I don't know why. Maybe because of the market, because of the market turmoil. I don't know the exact reason why, but it's coming. It's coming. All right, guys. That's the George effect right there. I only take credit for pumps. I never take credit for dumps. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let me scroll up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Sorry, I gotta crack my neck here. Ron Paul, yo. Let's see. Can you get Gary Gensler next IFC? If you can make it happen, I will do it. If you could reach out to him, I will make it happen. DeFeezy says, all the selling for short-term gain tax. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see. Wife changing wealth. Life changing wealth. Wife changing wealth. Potato. No, the saying is tomato, not potato, potato. I don't think anyone says potato. Awesome. Austin, blow off top this cycle? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we have a, accelerated cycle so that our next crypto winter is much shorter and the drop is less significant and we continue forward, right? Or maybe we don't have crypto winter anymore. We just continue to have smaller dips and we continue to just go up and up and up. Can you do a deep dive on cats in a dog's world? No, I'm not going to do a deep dive on a meme coin, no. Anything to say about Andrew Tate's message to the crypto community and in Sims killer response? No. I don't pay attention to either person. Although I wanted Sim to fight in the IFC, but I hear that anyone that approaches him about fighting, he ignores because he really doesn't want to fight again. But I have no idea what you're talking about. Devon asks, will Sol overtake ETH this cycle? You know what? I like to think so. But you know those pesky Ethereum ETFs are going to come out, right? So I think there's going to be a massive buying of ETH after it comes out. But then, you know what? Sol ETFs could be right around the corner. And when that happens, that's when Solana really gains strength again and could possibly do it. But regardless, if it happens or not, I think Solana is going to do very well this cycle. Josh is asking, what is your favorite show for meme coin content? I really like Rand's new meme coin show. Is that the answer you're looking for, Josh? No, I'm kidding. I don't watch any of Rand's stuff. If you guys are into meme coin content, you should look at Dirty Degens, which is on Syria Plus. When do alts actually come out of the bear market? Well, you know, they're not really in the bear market. You know, obviously they have gotten weaker. Bitcoin dominance is just stronger. You know, all the ETFs, all the institutional buying, they're making Bitcoin much stronger right now, right? But altcoin season will come. Many altcoin seasons will come. And then the true altcoin season will come next year. Where would you buy a 458 GT3, and are they the only race cars? No, man. There's so many others. You got McLarens too. There's different kind of Porsches. There's different kinds of Ferraris. Kevin, I appreciate that. I'll say this about Rand. He needs to start charging me rent because I'm living in his head rent-free right now. Jeff says, dude, use Google. Do you use PPF wrap on your vehicles? You know, I've been told I should. Most Ferrari owners do that and do PPF on their Ferrari. I have not done so yet. It's a couple $1,000s to kind of do the entire front end. I hear it's worth it. I haven't done it, so I don't know. The G-Wagon I got actually has it already. The complete front end is wrapped, so it's actually quite nice. Do you think Solana is a good buy right now? Yes. It actually did more than I expected today, 5%. I still think Solana is going to do well, very well this cycle. So Jeff says, hey, Jorge, love the content. Got a car washer pressure for my garage. Wife loves it. Yeah, you know what? It's one of the best things ever. I don't know why I didn't get one earlier. So the one I got is from Giraffe Tools. I looked at it. There's a plate that says Giraffe Tools. I got it on Amazon. It's like, I forgot, 200, 300 bucks. It is the most convenient thing ever. Like, I have it mounted on the wall right next to the garage door. You know, it's 100 feet cord. You pull it out. You hose down your car. You could spray with soap. And then you spray it off. It's like, seriously, you could do car washes now. Well, I could do car washes now in like 10 minutes. Okay. And then I use a leaf blower to dry my car because I'm ultra lazy. So that also reduces the time. Like, seriously, I could do a full car wash in like 15 minutes when before, you know, with all the stuff that you have to do, the hoses and the soap and all the other stuff that you have to do and the cleanup and everything, you know, it's like an hour ordeal. Now it's like 15 minutes. And you could do other stuff with the power wash. Obviously, you could clean your driveway, you could power wash your garage doors. I also mounted it in a way so that I can, you know, I have epoxy garage floor so I can power wash that. It's awesome. It's really awesome. And it's not very expensive. Goku Trump, will you ever take some of your crypto profits and buy rental properties? Yes, when I'm insanely wealthy and I have really no idea what to do with my money, I would then buy real estate with it. I have Josh, I have an Ego, but not the 765. I think I have the 630 something or whatever. But yeah, I bought that for different reasons, and I'm like, why don't I dry my car with it? And it's a godsend. It does really blow dry the car dry really fast. I don't know why I've never thought about that before. Ever since I moved, you know, I started buying all the stuff I wish I had before. Yeah, but now car washes are a breeze. Dustin says 110 was deadline for Bitcoin ETF. What's ETH ETF date? It hasn't been set yet, man. No one knows. No one knows. Do you have a favorite power tools brand? No, I'm not like, you know, I'm not like a snob when it comes to power tools. I just have Black & Decker or do Bolt. That's it. You know, like I don't get in those debates like Ryobi or Milwaukee, like what's better, what's more powerful. Like I don't do heavy like construction with my, you know, power drill or impact wrench or whatever. Do you do any detailing? Best off-the-shelf wax I've used is Chemical Guy's Hydro Slick. That sounds like it would be great for the bedroom. Yeah, you know, what is it? Ceramic coating. That's the new thing, you know? I guess you could do your own ceramic coating or you could pay someone to do it. That's supposed to be like the best. It lasts for like a year and you know, water and stains just like, you know, they don't stick. I don't know. I've never been a big wax guy. I just feel like just if it's dirty, just clean your car, right? Like, never been a big wax guy. Before I tried a lot of waxes, but none of them really seem to be that good. Do you compost or grow your own vegetables? You know, when I was really broke back in the day, I would grow vegetables because I just needed to occupy my time. Like I didn't know what to do. Like when I lost a bunch of money in 2008 after the housing bubble, two things I did. I went and dieted and got in really good shape. And then I also started a vegetable garden. And I made a really nice garden and watered it and took care of it like every day. It was like my baby. And then eventually I stopped. You know, you got to occupy your mind and time with something, right? So that's what I did when I became dirt broke after that 2008 crash. GT43, 850 BMW. I mean, the 850 is like a, what do you call it? A cruiser? Is that what it's just like one of those big boat cars. It looks great. GT43, I don't even know what that is. It's like a two-door coupe, right, from Mercedes. I think it looks good if I'm thinking about the right car. Jeff says I have a veggie garden, do it every summer. Nothing like having fresh picked produce. Yeah, but you know, it gets messy and you have to do a lot of it to be able to really utilize it, right? There's certain things like broccoli, for example. You have like one head of lettuce or one head of broccoli. You break it off, the whole plant is dead. It's like you don't get a lot from it. So you would have to plant a lot of it. And strawberries like grow like weeds like crazy. You know, like cucumbers, sometimes they're okay. Tomatoes are great. You could get a billion tomatoes. But everything else, it's like, you only get a few, and that's it. It's not even almost like worth doing. Josh, I think you and Steve screwed up that 0 to 60. There's no way published 0 to 60 is like 4.8, and you guys got like 6 point something. You guys did something wrong. I don't believe it. I think you guys did something wrong. Tomorrow will be an interesting day, guys. CPI reading, then FOMC meeting. Going to be really, really interesting. Iman, fruit trees, long term and not much time consuming. No, fruit trees suck. I used to have a peach tree, okay, and they all ripe at the same time. Like, so you have hundreds of peaches, and they fall to the floor. It's a mess on the floor. You have bees everywhere. Fruit trees are not that great. Okay, it's better to just go apple picking or orange picking or strawberry picking, wherever, right, for fruit. To grow your own trees is just an absolute mess. Unless you have like a farmland and you don't care, you know, it's like you have acres upon acres and you don't care if there's like fruit all over the place. But if you have a small yard, you know, it's messy. Yes, Lane. Yeah, I could do a garage tour one of these days. I don't have a lot of cars. Not like a lot. I try to build my garage the biggest I can in my town, and I can only go to 1,000 square foot, and I haven't put a car lift in there yet. But I could do a garage tour. My garage is pretty cool. I have a lot of like electronic hanging baskets that you could lower with Bluetooth. And then I hang my bikes up there too. Eventually I'll get a car lift. And then everything's epoxied. Everything is organized. I could probably do that one of these days. Why don't you ever talk about how BlackRock plans on using Buildo? Because I don't know what they plan on using with Buildo. I know it's an RWA play. They want to tokenize a whole bunch of banking stuff, but I don't really know what they're going to do with it. And on the flip side, nor do I care. I really don't care about RWA of U.S. Treasuries and yield. That is far from what I'm interested in. RWA in real world assets like real estate or music or maybe cars or collectibles, yeah, I could give two F's about tokenizing a US Treasury bond. Like, I could go buy a US Treasury bond. Why do I need a tokenized version of US Treasury bond? Like, that does not interest me at all. David, I see what you did there. Trying to trick me to play my most educational video ever created about XRP. I'm not that gullible, man. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Okay, even though we fell down a little bit today, guys, not all is lost. Okay, we're still holding around 67,000. Perfectly healthy. But tomorrow, maybe a different story. 3.4% anticipated. Maybe 3.3 or maybe 3.5. We may see a massive pump or dump. I guess we'll see. Smash it a like. Oops, wrong camera. Smash it a like. Subscribe to the channel. And have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.